Back and good morning once again. This is the Morning Cafe on TV47 with me, Fred Indimuli. We now want to take a look at what's trending and what's big news in Kenya today. And for the last 1 week or so, many Kenyans, younger Kenyans, have converted the IEBC voter verification portal, that's verify.iebc.or.ke, into an online sensation. What they're doing is they're going to the portal, clicking in their details and checking whether their credentials as registered voters do exist, and they get the message, voter found, details as below. They take a screenshot of that and share it online, and that has become a huge trend. Of course, some journalists, including one Alance Ademba, have amplified this through the hashtag #TukoKadi Drive. Now, this is what we want to probe this morning with my panelists on whether or not this is actually a sensation that could be converted to a proper voter machine. This morning, I'm privileged to have with me in studio Alionya Rosaline, who's a chairperson, Young Captains ODM. Karibu sana. We also have Ken Babu, a familiar face on this panel. He's a Nairobi senatorial aspirant and also the chairperson of the Youth League in the United Opposition. Karibu sana, Ken. Also with us this morning is Skip Korir Brian, who's in charge of youth affairs at the UDA party. Karibuni. So you've all seen what's going on online. And, there's excitement. But so far, they say they've managed to capture about 216,000 new voters through this trend. Do you believe that this probably will be a game changer so far from what you see, Aliona?
Thank you very much, and good morning to our viewers. I must welcome the idea by Ademba, and if the trend continues, probably the numbers would increase. However, the percentage, or rather the numbers and the range that we would have wished the young people come to register is still a bit low. So I'm calling on my fellow young people that hata mimi as Alionya niko kadi, ensure hata wewe uko kadi. Don't look at politics as if it is only, an activity of the seasoned politicians, because politics affects us at all levels. When you're taking a child to school, politics is affecting how that school is getting capitation and what have you. So young people need to come to the realization that when we go outside to register as voters and actually elect leaders, we are not doing the leaders a favor. We are actually doing ourselves a favor when we elect good leaders into the legislative arm, when we elect good leaders into the executive arm. I welcome it, but even as much is said about the trend, I want Ademba to know that do not expect that everyone will register in that Tukokadi trend will vote against Ruto. That is the missing link that people are having, that all the people who are registering now will vote against Ruto.
And before we come to that politics, I just want to capture this sensation where we are right now. Ken, do you feel that probably finally we have something that has been able to excite the younger generation in as far as voter registration is concerned? Could it be the use of technology, or that it's a trend, or it's because it's someone who's young who's telling them what to do? Can you point a finger to what exactly has brought us here?
Thank you, Fred. Two things. One, voter registration is very critical, and it's an individual responsibility. And anybody who has turned age 18 must be aware of the fact that they have to participate in the electoral process. Now, TukoKadi initiative, propelled by young people outside there, is very, very timely. And of course, we understand that the youth are more aligned to trends and, of course, things that happen, sessional stuff that happens online. And I've watched what happened at Kasarani. Actually, I was supposed to be part of it. I was out of the county. On that day, they registered about 400 young people. And on 24th March, the TukoKadi initiative is heading to Kibra with proper mobilization already happening so that young people can turn up and register as voters. But one thing that we also need to take note of is the fact that as much as these young people are coming on board to participate and also be at the center of this, because we've seen the youth have really put their best foot forward to actually ensure that they are participating fully. But now, IEBC also has a role. And I said this here last time. I don't know how far they've gone with it. And we are working on a petition that we shall submit possibly next week. The IEBC needs to digitize the voter registration so that not everybody must go to the IEBC center to register as a voter. Today, Fred, if you look at Social Health Authority, SHA, you can register yourself and your family as a SHA beneficiary from where you are. If you look at Office of Registrar of Political Parties, Alionya here can decide to deregister herself from ODM, or can equal register you as a member of ODM without visiting the ORPP office. If you look at KRA, they will collect tax from you without you going to their towers. So then IBC must also take advantage of technology and digitize the voter registration process so that young men and women and Kenyans at large can register themselves as a voter.
Don't you think that they've done a bit of that with this portal, with the verify.ibc.org.ke, which is the basis of this sensation?
Well, what they've done is to enable you go through and check, verify your status of registration, but they have not worked on the actual registration.
Yes.
So that's where the concern is. If they work on that, they will make it easier for us and the young people out there to actually register from where they are.
Brian, and whatever Ken has pointed out is actually true. The fact that this is simply verification